Hey guys, it's Nick from TV Priest, and I'm going to show you a little bit about our song Fathers and Sons. And it is it's kind of like a building song, a builder, which is it's not like a verse chorus sort of structure for it. It feels like a jam, I suppose, like a kind of improvised, and it is to an extent very improvised, and like pieced together, a bit of a collage of sounds and textures and samples and things. So I'll show you a little bit about the project. I'll show you a little of the project and play you some of the sounds and things that we've layered in to create the song. So let's start off with the drums. We've got a kind of a kick drum at the start, which is kind of processed with this big room reverb sound. And then layered under that is the bass, which is just really quiet, not much processing happening to that. But then there's a really interesting bass sound here, which is actually a kind of what I call, or what is reamping. So I've played the recorded bass back through the speakers in the room, into the room, and then put a microphone in the room and recorded that sound. So you get this kind of like roomy, weird sound. So layering that over the top of the actual bass sound gives you this. And I'll take out and just isolate now just the remiked or the reamped. So you can hear that on its own. Now what I'll do is now I will turn off. I'll put on back on the processing I had. And I've just pushed that a bit further into kind of this like scratchy, scrapey, roomy sound. So actually the two together in the final production. And you can hear actually in the main bass line here, there's very little bass, and done the same thing as I've done with a lot of the other tracks, is layered like a synth bass underneath the actual bass, just because tonally the sound I'm playing on the bass strings is really, really interesting, but it needs a kind of a low end to kind of like round it off, I suppose, in the production as a whole. So that's with the sub bass. I'm going to take it out. Putting it back in. And without again. So there's quite a peculiar bass sound, I suppose, but combined with that sub and the other elements in the song, it sounds very band based and very kind of natural in that environment, hopefully. And then one other thing I'd like to show you is the sample that we use. We use it actually in quite a few different songs. It's definitely in this one. It's in Press Gang, and I think it appears in at least one other song as well. But it's the synth line, the synth recording we did on like an analog synth, playing through like some effects pedals, and like just 2 or 3 of us kind of tweaking and changing just all these little settings, and creating this quite interesting sound, which we've obviously enjoyed using and working with because it kind of appears throughout the album. And I'll play you some of that now, just so you can hear that on its own in isolation, and then I'll play it in the context of the song. This is it here in the intro, slowly building as the other layers on there. Play that with you. Play that for you with the rest of the song in now as well. Just layer it all up. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you've got any questions. Thank you and goodbye.